Clopton, it's all about getting ahead. As you said, she hasn't pitched much.
Hang is one of 5 players who have started every game for the Bulldogs.
Double redshirt Tiger.
You know, interestingly enough of that, we talked about Clopton here briefly. She has not allowed an extra base hit this year.
It's a very good stat. Good job, Randy.
Somebody woke him up. It's our last game together this year.
Yeah, last game, Lynn. Let's make it a good one.
Indeed, have some fun. Now, for those of you who may not understand that statement, do not panic, because every game will be available on some platform of ESPN. So those of you who tune in every game to watch LSU softball, nothing will change.
King is 9 of 11 with stolen bases. Let's see if Coach will try to be very aggressive here tonight.
She and Gilio lead the team with 11. Furr is hitting .292. Tries to get the bunt down and slices it foul.
Louisiana Tech played the Cajuns last night in Ruston. They avenged their earlier season loss. 2-1.
This Louisiana Tech team is 24-15 on the year. Let's see if that stays foul. It does. Let's check LSU defensively. Coffey and Edwards on the corners. Hodge and McKee are the middle infielders. Lassiter is flanked by Leno in left field and Ruderty in right field. And Bergeron, the junior, is behind the plate.
And except for in the circle, that lineup has been put to competition about 90% of the time this year.
We've seen some switching at second base, but certainly the outfielders have been pretty constant for the entire year.
You're right. Second is the most position that's been juggled around.
Coffey on the backhand side watches it roll foul. LSU 34 win run that Allie Floyd has surrendered this year, so she has been susceptible to that. But Bergeron ties into one, and there was no doubt upon contact.
Well, in the middle of my sentence, I said, looky here.
So one smash sister has given LSU the lead. The second smash sister is at the plate in Glory Tori Edwards.
So we asked Beth Torino who could hit 10 home runs on this team before the season began. How many does Bergeron have now?
She's got 9.
And how many does her sister have right here?
That would be 14 home runs for Edwards, one of the league leaders as well.
So she has surpassed that 10 that Beth Torino predicted. This game of ours has truly turned into an offensive game now.
You know, Yvette, when I look briefly at Bergeron in the batter's box and then Edwards in the batter's box, they have similar stances. They are very close together with their feet, a little bit pigeon-toed.
You're right. I hadn't noticed that with Edwards. I noticed it really right away with Bergeron. And there's someone else on the team that's very close like that. But I hadn't realized that Edwards was that close. And they don't have much of a kick or anything like that for timing.
No, those hips rotate and generate a lot of power.
They are just generating everything from the ground.
The 2-2 pitch. Dribbled foul at the plate. Edwards, for the last 2 seasons, has led the Tigers in the offseason weight program. She has deadlifted 405 pounds in each of the last 2 years.
Maybe you, Randy, and I could do that together? Combined?
I doubt it. She stays off the high pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 in. on a mighty blast by Bergeron. Rooted. Elena Rogers is out there in the sunshine to make the catch. And that's the second out. And you're right, she just missed it about a quarter of an inch higher on that softball. Might have done it for her. Here's Jaden Leno out of Marietta, Georgia. Jaden hitting .368. One of the leading hitters on this team, and she does it quietly.
Absolutely. Long legs cover such ground.
Not a power hitter, but certainly gets on base a lot.
Has played a tremendous left field for the Tigers. She's made 2 game-saving catches that I can think of right off the tip of my tongue.
Leno has been la yes a couple of times defensively.
And sometimes, especially in this time of day in left field at Tiger.
Glover has only caught 2 of 19 now, so they've had some success running. Opposing base runners have against Glover. Leno with an RBI opportunity around a 2-1 count with 2 outs. The pitch in on the fists, and a good delivery that time by Floyd to level the count at 2.
Leno has 13 RBIs on the year. Tori Edwards with 56. With how many weeks left in the season? That's amazing.
It really is.
Nice
that one
stop.
Bounced in, and a good stop by Glover.
Nice stop.
Edwards is not quite there yet, Yvette, but assuming she stays healthy and maintains any kind of a pace that...
Very often we say 0 for 2 for coffee.
No, not very often at all.
Just remind me, I need some coffee. Got to stop on the way home.
Oh, I thought you wanted me to make you some between innings.
Thank you, Danica.
Here's Lassiter, who had a base hit and scored on the home run by Bergeron. That base hit by Lassiter was her 44th of the year. That's 3rd on the team, I bet. It's amazing that 44 hits is only 3rd. Coffey leads with 51. Edwards has 49.
This offense has been fun to watch.
Well, it's hitting over .360 as a team. That's 2nd best in the SEC.
Oh, that's a good check.
But the road literally gets much more difficult for LSU in the next couple of weekends at Texas A&M and at Texas.
Absolutely.
That's the 3rd walk issued between Floyd and Buster. And here is Macy Bergeron, who hit one way up on the berm in left field last time with Lassiter aboard. 9 homers now, 40 driven in.
More coaches on a staff now. You know, there could be somebody dedicated just to defense. The balls are being hit harder. The transition, maybe the athletes are a little quicker in their well, no question they're quicker in their transition.
Riley waiting for the 1-2 pitch. That one's wasted wide. You know, I'll bet when you started, it was you and a bucket to sit on during practice.
You're about right. You're about right. I had a friend that helped me that she was a teacher, and she just kind of left school a little early sometimes because she could sneak away. And she was my assistant. Of course, she didn't get paid.
You know, Clopton is one of the few pitchers these days who does not wear a mask.
You're right, Lynn. Hadn't picked that up. That's because she's a double red shirt, so, you know, she's probably like the grandma of the team here. And that age group maybe came through the game without wearing the mask. Just about everybody now, they grew up.
Well, in youth leagues, it's mandatory. And that's a good idea.
Yeah, I guess if I had had to pay for dental work, I would think the same thing.
Or worse.
Well, they're going to catch. I believe that one home run was last week.
Two outs, two in scoring position.
Doesn't get that high strike call.
David Irwin is behind the plate. Laura King working first base. Michael Thibodeau is the other corner umpire. It's a hitter's count to Bedell, 2-0. Now 2-1 with Hodge on deck.
Changeup's a little elevated.
Actually, it's 3-1. So Bedell waits, swings and tops it foul at the plate. She's been good with runners in scoring position this year, hitting .375 and carving out more playing time as the season continues to roll on.
And another lefty that Beth Torina just rolls out of that dugout.
The pitch from Buster, the 3-2 pitch.
Getting close to that time clock.
This is sliced off and twisting away. It drops in foul ground.
That pitch clock was down to 0 when she let it go. We hadn't had that violation since probably the first week of the season.
Right. Beth Torina looking on.
Kind of noticed she was taking a little bit longer than she should.
All 4 LSU run in front of it. But Jones was off with the pitch and gets the stolen base.
Are we going to have a challenge here to see if she left early? Because coach is out there.
I think that's what it's going to be. This is our first challenge of the game.
I was just about to say. We hadn't had any.
La Tech is challenging the runner left early before the pitch at first.
So we will
Players now under review.
We will get the review in the challenge booth, which is adjacent to the LSU dugout.
I'm thinking she did not leave early.
No, I don't think so either.
Guess it's worth a look, though. If you guess you've got 2, you don't want to go home with 2.
You can't take them to Miami, can you?
This should be like 2 minutes.
Or less. Jones is looking to remain unbeaten, so to speak, on the base paths. If this play stands up, she would be 4 for 4 in stolen bases, and I certainly think it will.
LSU has speed, and more speed, and just keeps coming out at you in waves.
This should not take long, and it apparently has not.
Lynn, there was a review the other night that was 25 minutes.
Wow.
And the coach was ejected after. And that was Florida.
After further review, the runner did not leave early.
LSU has not been caught on the base paths tonight, 3 for 3. pretty much on pace a bit, don't you think, to match last year's 61?
Yeah, and I actually thought the Tigers were going to run more this year with all this speed. Okay.
She'll got a couple of warm-up tosses just to get the feeling back. But Samaya Jones never checked up. She was running from second base all the way and scored easily.
She's a senior.
Throwing in the mid-60s.
Probably thinking to herself, I won't miss those after this year. No. Getting hit in the foot.
Rudity has just moved into second place behind Edwards in runs batted in this year.
I mean, you look up and down this lineup. Tigers are producing.
Let me redo the numbers. She's moved into third place. But you're right.
Who's in second? Bergeron?
It is Bergeron, yes. So it's Edwards, Bergeron, and now Rudity. And by the way, they bat in back-to-back in the order. Bergeron, Edwards, Rudity.
And it's like pick your poison throughout the lineup. Who are you going to pitch to in this lineup? They're all producing.
You've got a 372 hitter batting ninth. That's Hodges, or Hodge. Here's Leno. Jaden at 368 coming into the game has walked and fouled out. She slams that one foul.
Got Taylor Pleasance on her toes over there. Of course, Taylor Pleasance, everybody knows who she is in this program. Playing for Team USA now. Phenomenal Inspector Gadget, defensive player.
Is she still playing first base, do you know?
I think so. I was just thinking, I thought you were going to say should have been somebody there to cut. Where was the shortstop? At second base, I guess.
Well, here's Coffey, one of the rare times late in the game that she does not have a base hit. Last time she lashed a liner to center. It was caught by Gilio. That's a pitch in the upper part of the strike zone. Daniel at third. They're going to rule that a hit and an error. So an infield hit and then a misplay on the infield. Sierra Daniel at third base. Two balls, two strikes on Danica Coffey. Yvette, we've said it nearly every game, and it still rings true, even though Coffey is 0 for 3 tonight. Very close.
Very close.
So Coffey is aboard for the first time. And here is Lassiter.
Who's really, I think the light has really come on for her lately.
Mm-hmm. Her average has ascended to 344. And that's before a 1 for 2 performance tonight. She singled and scored in the first, then walked and has flied to left. 1 out.
What's going on? I think the pitch clock went out.
I'm not quite sure what that brief timeout. Hitting surface toward the middle of the bat where most of the contact is instead of at the very end. And so where you are most likely to strike the ball on the bat, you've got the most wood there in Major League Baseball.
That's
or,
just
or
kind
metal.
of common sense.
Yeah.
Huh?
So
why didn't we think of that?
I don't know.
God, Post-it notes, torpedo bat.
I know.
Why can't we think of those
Pet
things?
rocks.
Why can't we think of those things? Pet rocks. That might be the best one. Cabbage Patch.
Louisiana Tech trailing 5-1. LSU in the 6th, trying to get some more.
You eat alligator, Lynn?
Do I eat gator? I love it.
I was going to cook alligator on Friday, but I only have a crock pot.
Yeah. Oh, crock pot. Oh, my. You are saving the best till last.
Might as well.
A crock pot.
You didn't get it. I had to
No,
look at you.
it took me
I
a
had
second.
to look at you and help
It
you.
took me a second. I've eaten it a lot of ways, and I was trying to think, well, how could you do it in a crock pot? And it never.
It would make it tender, I guess. I mean, rat on a Cheeto, I can say crock pot.
Oh no, I like it. I like it a lot. Here's one of the Smash sisters. The other one is on deck in Tori Edwards. Bergeron is homered, grounded out, and walked. Bergeron has been remarkable a bit with the bases loaded this year. 6 times she's been at the plate. 5 times she's had a hit.
Yeah. She doesn't get herself out. She does not swing at bad pitches.
And she's driven in 11 runs in those opportunities.
The Tech staff is running into a little bit of problems here pitching. They've been pretty good tonight.
Let me put it real simply. Bergeron is 5 for 6 with the bases loaded.
I mean, we just keep talking about how she's exploded since her freshman year.
I had a chance to talk to her a little bit toward the end of last week after the game and was asking her, because she comes from Rain and a lot of sports people over there, I asked her if she liked to hunt and fish. She said, yeah. She likes to fish, freshwater fish. She likes to deer hunt.
I can see that.
The 3-1 pitch. That's a good pitch, and it brings the count to 3-2. Nobody out, bases loaded. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Bergeron.